Hello and welcome to Surveyor Says, the podcast from the National Society of Professional Surveyors. Each week, we bring you fascinating guests that are involved in the profession of surveying. My name is Tim Burch, and I'm the Executive Director for the National Society of Professional Surveyors and your host for the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. So, without further delay, here's our next episode of Surveyor Says, the NSPS Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of Surveyor Says. This is your host, Tim Burch. And yes, once again, I'm on the road. And this time, I've got the pleasure of sitting down with the Cal Poly Pomona survey students, the survey team. How many have been in the DC competition before? Any of you guys?
None of us.
None of you guys.
I was an alternate member a couple years ago, and then Fernando and Juan are heading the competition teams this year.
All right, so we're going to get to meet, we're going to meet the entire conference team here, but we're going to meet a couple of competitors coming up. First of all, thank you for the invite. This has been a great conference. Everything has been really wonderful. People have been great. The topics have been spot on. Food was pretty good. So, all right, I'm going to go around the table. We're going to let you introduce yourself, and we'll see who everybody is.
Sure. All right, thank you. Well, I'm happy to start us off. My name is Pablo Barboza. I'm the president for this year's CLSA Student Chapter here at Cal Poly Pomona. And I guess just to give a little bit about me, I got into geospatial and the surveying industry through the Geomatics conference itself, actually, in a previous year. So that's how I got started in it.
Very good.
Sweet. Hello, everyone. My name is Keone Baghdad. As of right now, I'm a second-year student here at Cal Poly Pomona. For me, I grew up with surveying in the house, and it was something that I picked up later on. I felt like, I have a good work ethic. I want to be the best surveyor. And Cal Poly Pomona has the program to make I'm blinking out. Let's say Cal Poly Pomona has a really good program where you could be a civil engineer and a land surveyor. You kind of live in both worlds. And so, yeah, that's why I'm here.
Hello, good evening. I am Fernando Saviaga. I'm co-conference for this year CLSA Student Chapter. So briefly, currently standing third year in Cal Poly Pomona. The reason why I fell into surveying was because I saw the overlap between being a decent engineer to taking my my wisdom or my knowledge to another level by learning surveying. So my overall goal, I guess, after completing this program is to basically understand surveying at a level where it could cross over to where my final goal is to do land development. So I do see that big overlap, and currently, I'm just getting more involved with surveying and conference. So I might just think I might stay in the dark side and do surveying forever. So, but yeah, currently just I'm passionate for surveying. So yeah, that wraps it up.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Victoria Sandoval-Rios. I am this year's publicity chair, and I am currently standing also as a third year here at Cal Poly Pomona. What got me into surveying was just like I think many of the students here, we kind of stumble upon it after taking our first surveying class, or even after joining or coming to a conference like this one. I have had the wonderful experience of having wonderful mentors such as Dr. Mora, Saul Melgajero from Calvada Surveying, who just literally they inspired us. They taught us how to use the tools, and they mentioned the dual accreditation and how many of us, we want to strive to become dual licensed and eventually maybe even open some type of business. And honestly, the fact that statistically there's so many CE graduates as compared to geospatial graduates, it's just the law of supply and demand, right? Yeah. I'm going to get a job. And, it's just, it's definitely something that I'm very happy to have fallen into. I love it. Being like a lot of the previous speakers have said, it's the best of both worlds, and I really, really like it.
Hi everyone, my name is Chance Tu, and I am this year's Engineering Student Council representative, and I'm also a third year. I will be honest, I did not start off at Cal Poly as a geospatial major. I actually fell in love with the surveying industry after taking my first surveying course. I attended like a bunch of like the CLSA general meetings, and I got to learn more about the field, and I eventually made the change about 6 weeks into that semester, about last semester, to change to geospatial, and so far it's been really fun. I actually managed to land an internship of Calvada surveying where I got actual real hands-on experience, and it's pretty fun. It's better than what I last had.
Hello everyone, I'm Kennedy Williams, and I am this year's co-conference chair along with Fernando. I'm a fourth year civil engineering major with a geospatial emphasis here at Cal Poly Pomona, and I fell into surveying kind of like everybody else. I took surveying my freshman year, and my professor was Carlos Urena, and he kind of encouraged me to apply to be on the board because there was openings. So I was secretary my sophomore year, president my junior year for CLSA, and then now conference chair. So yeah, I've just learned a lot about surveying in the past 3 years and have fallen in love with it, and definitely want to pursue getting my professional license for surveying, and then who knows, we'll see if I get my engineering license as well, but for sure focusing on surveying now, and yeah, happy to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Joan Gonzalez. I'm a fourth year Cal Poly Pomona student. Like Kennedy, I took the intro to surveying class with Carlos Urena, and that's kind of what introduced me to surveying. And I found like an appreciation for such a niche industry that has a very profound effect on all types of engineering projects. And so after I took that course, Carlos Urena, he hit me up and he was like, "Do you want an engineering internship opportunity?" And I didn't know at the time that he was hiring me to his company, but that was when he hired me to his company, and ever since then, I've been sucked into the surveying vortex, and I've been getting involved in everything, and I've been having a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Well, very good. This will be just a free-flowing conversation because first off, I guess I'm curious. I first found out about this conference, I'm going to say 2021, 2022. How long has this conference been going on? Can anybody?
I think it's been happening, I want to say 2018, 2017.
About right.
Yeah, and then every year it's kind of gotten a little bit bigger, and then it took a hit for COVID, so it
yep.
went online, and I think we had to get it back up and running after COVID. So since then, I think it's been a bigger turnout every year because the back in person. So yeah, this year it's been the biggest turnout of students and professionals.
Well, this was a great turnout. I guess a shout out to Alan Ng for herding the cats of all of the things going on, and then turning it over to this great group. I guess I want to talk about the program itself, right? And I guess you all touched on a lot of the things that really encourages you to stay in the profession. What about the program that you're going through, the curriculum? Anything that stands out that really drives your passion for the profession? And anybody just jump in. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I could add to that is that majority of professors have the hands-on experience, and that's what Cal Poly Pomona is known for. So essentially, we do a lot of hands-on as well as theoretical. So all the professors, as well as the add-ins, I guess, the professors that are in the evenings, what we call them here adjuncts, they're also hands-on. So we get to see the best of both worlds. We get insight on what's going actually out in the public or private, and I think that's what makes us a better student. That's what makes this program so much better, because after all, we do learn by doing. So yeah, that's one of the things that I could add to that.
Anybody want to add?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, no, I can definitely attest to what Fernando's saying, because I don't think it's a very common thing for someone to work at a company and say the president or CEO spends 4 hours a week teaching you something strictly about the profession. And the reason I bring that up is because our part-time professionals that are working as professors here are essentially doing just that. They're taking time out of their businesses, such as with Professor Carlos Ureña, an owner of a business, is teaching classes here at Cal Poly Pomona, and we're learning directly from him. And that's not something any employee can say that they're doing, right? They do get mentorship, but I think it's very unique to our program, and it's also not every day where you're going to a career fair, such as, at the Geomatics conference, and you're talking to employees at a company who then you can say, okay, I'll see you next semester in your class, such as with Joseph Cardillo from Westland. So I think that's extremely valuable knowledge that we get from being part of the program. And then I'm sure everyone can agree that the dual licensure is extremely enticing as well. Yeah, because there's a fallback. Say you don't enjoy engineering, you fall in love with geospatial, you have the knowledge of an engineer's basic principles, and then you can become a professional land surveyor. So
very good. Oh, go ahead, Victoria.
Thank you. I'd just like to add that something that completely pulls me into just loving geospatial, the geospatial option at Cal Poly, is how small and how tight we are as a community. We are all taking the same classes. We're all learning together, and we can all rely on one another. Even in the professional level, land surveyors, like the surveyors, they know each other, and they know who you can go to. They can direct you somewhere. And like Pablo said, just being able to talk with the owners of companies and telling us what their experiences are, or how we can better understand a certain subject, or what we can do to actually get our LSIT, and their focus on making sure that before any of us graduate, that we should have our LSIT. Like, we need to be prepared for being out there. It just makes us better, employees, team members, and it's just something that really, really keeps me involved here as well.
Very good. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I can say something.
Yes, please go ahead.
So kind of like how everyone's been saying, it's good that we have the hands-on experience. The lecture teaches us, the theory and like the math and the science behind everything, and then we get to go into our lab and go outside in the field or on the computer and get to do all of those things that we would do in the office in real life work. So I really like that, and I definitely can attest to that. Last semester I had photogrammetry, and I had an internship the summer before that I was doing like just that. I was flying drones with the company, and I got to take that photogrammetry class, and I was like, whoa, like this is exactly what me and my coworker were doing, either preparing to go fly the drone or after flying the drone, like the data interpretation and all of that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And I also got my drone license through that class. So I think it's just pretty amazing, like the opportunities that we have here as students that not everyone can say that they have or just don't take advantage of. So yeah.
Well, very good. And what I think one thing that's really standing out to me that's very impressive is not all programs, all curriculum are really driving towards the dual licensure. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but this is okay from my longtime engineering friends. The best engineers I've ever worked with spent some time in surveying. They understood what the surveying part of it was. It made them better engineers. So regardless of which direction, whether you stay on the dark side or you go into the engineering stuff, it'll make you better engineers. So I'm glad to hear that's something that's really pushed here. Go ahead, Andy.
Sorry, I just want to chime in about the dual licensure. It's just really surprising because Victoria mentioned like our program is very small, but I think that we do a good job of advertising and we've gotten more people to join the geospatial option. But it's still such a small like program, and it's just really shocking to me because of like it's literally the 2 degrees in one. Like you can use the 4 years of experience towards the land surveying or the engineering. So even if you don't love one or the other, at least you have both of them if you do the geospatial option. So yeah, I think it's just very valuable that we have that opportunity here, and it just is like, I don't know, surprising to me that more students don't take the opportunity to make the switch to geospatial, but yeah.
All right. Chance, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
You said you made the change early on. If you had to pick one of your favorite things to do in surveying, in geospatial, what is it? Can you think of something right off the top of your head?
It was the actual field work, because I felt like my biggest issue before even starting college, like I did not want to be stuck like in an office like 24/7. So when I had like that first taste of the lab and I was out there like pacing, like do my leveling, I was like, I kind of like this. Like I'm getting like the sun in my face, like the breeze in my hair, like it feels really good. And
You're in Southern California.
I know, of course it feels good. Yeah, because my previous like subplan, I was still a civil major, but I was environmental, because I was like, okay, I can go to like water resources, like maybe it'll be fun. But then like it was just the lab itself, like yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, I need to be outside, touch some grass.
Oh, yeah. Good. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to give you the same question. What's your favorite part of the curriculum?
Well, I think for me, it's also the hands-on nature, but of course, how we go from the beginning of the project all the way to the end of the project. So we'll do the preliminary research, we'll do the actual field work, and then for me, my favorite part is the processing. Well, my internship, I've done a lot of topos, so I really like working with CAD. I really like looking at points. It's like a puzzle, I like figuring out how things go. It's very rewarding to me to be able to solve, make the topography look accurate, look at my surface, all those type of things. I think that's for me what's most rewarding.
Very good. All right, I got an off-the-wall question for you all. How many of you would you consider yourself gamers?
I would not.
I would not.
I was just going to say, okay, well, that's part of what we're seeing in the industry is the younger generation that's coming up, the gamers that have played the games for all their lives and see things in 3D, that they're playing these things. They make the best CAD technicians because you see the images in 3D. You see the point clouds. I could flip a point cloud upside down and not realize I am upside down. So those are the types of things. So I was just curious, like I said, the gaming side of it. I gotta ask, you live in Southern California. How hard is it to do field work out here in the sunshine?
Well, I might not be the right person to answer this question.
It's hot.
Yes. I did some field work for Riverside County, because that's where I'm currently interning. And let me tell you, it was hot. I was sweating. It was 105, 106. And it was great. It was wonderful. My dad did construction growing up, and when I was growing up, and just, I would be with him, and just being able to go in the field and do stuff like that, it reminded me of me doing stuff with my dad. And and my dad's not here anymore because he's in Mexico. He's not dead. He's not dead. But he's in Mexico right now, and he's been over there for like 7-8 years, and I miss him every single day. But just being able to be in the field and have the experience and the support from the field crew has been wonderful. But it gets hot. It's good. I lost maybe like 15 pounds under that sun. Yeah. I know Chance also has done a lot of field work, especially with Calvada.
Yeah, I feel like I did a lot of like SoCal jobs. Calvada, they would send me to like San Diego. That was my first day actually, and it was like really nice, like really cool weather. And then the next day it was like LA. I was like, oh guys, get me out of here, guys. Like it's really bad. I think like the worst though, like Victoria said, like going just out there to Riverside. I wasn't actually in San Bernardino. I was setting like monuments in like 100-degree weather. I'm like, take me back, guys. But like it's pretty nice. You gain like 50 tan lines in places you don't want, but like it's all right.
Sunglasses tan?
Yeah, for sure. But that's SoCal.
Yeah, very good.
I was gonna say, I'm from Arizona, and my first internship ever was a land surveying internship in Tempe, Arizona. And yeah, there were days where it was 120 and we were outside for 5 hours because the equipment wasn't working because of the heat, and we were like still got to finish the job because we're backed up with the survey job. So it's like every day we're doing a couple things, and yeah, definitely sweating like Victoria said. And yeah, it just you gotta take the heat and just get used to it. Drink a lot of water.
No good.
Electrolytes.
Yeah,
a lot of electrolytes.
Yeah, I mean, I could, I guess, add to what my peers were saying. I mean, I work from, I guess, all the way from NorCal all the way to down to San Diego, and also did one job out in Arizona for PBLA. And I just would like to add that on top of the weather, on top of like seeing all type of climate, just the type of environment, because sometimes as a surveyor, you might know you have to go into overgrown like shrubs. So adding things to the element, to the environment, you just kind of have to have that mindset of like, okay, there's days going to be easy, the days are going to be extremely difficult. And what I noticed sometimes for people that are in the office, when they get put in the elements, depending on what type of mentality they have, if they know it's going to be a hard day, they're going to endure it. But if they don't go with that mentality, what has to get done no matter what, they're going to have a difficult time. So there's those people that just are meant to be in the office, and there's people who just could do everything, who are in the office or are in the field. And, those are the ones that are kind of difficult to come across. But, I mean, I can't complain. SoCal does have pretty good weather, so I guess we're in paradise, yeah.
So as far as field work, I don't think it should be daunting. I think it's fun. Yeah. It really is the rite of passage to become a professional land surveyor. And so this summer I did some field work, and my whole mentality was just suck it up, buttercup. We're going to get it done. Because, surveying is really a earn your stripes profession, so you got to work somewhere. And I'm going to say to all my surveyors, you've probably seen something, you have some stories. There's a lot of stuff that comes out of the field.
Yes. There's a lot of stories in the field. I think that's what makes it fun. There's some that I can't share either. That's okay. Okay. Well, I'm trying to be cognizant of time because we've got a social to go to, but I've got 2 quick questions I want to go back over. One thing you all touched on a little bit, I'd like to kind of drive it home a little bit. How important, especially going through the program, how important is it for you for now and for looking towards the future of having a mentor? What is that? I mean, what has it done to you for you so far? And tell me the benefits of making sure you've got a good mentor going forward.
So one thing I'll say is I think Cal Poly, especially like our CLSA advisors and the geospatial faculty, they do a great job of instilling that lifelong learning mentality in us, because we never will stop learning about work in the industry. There's always things that are evolving, and so I think it's really important that we have those mentors. And obviously our advisors are one of those people for us, but I think that we have grown such a big network through our conference that we have with all the attendees. And so I know we have our county surveyors that are definitely some mentors for some of our students here, and then also any of the CLSA state chapter people. They do a great job of reaching out to us and making sure we're involved. I know majority of us are helping with the CLSA Riverside San Bernardino golf tournament, so we're doing a great job of keeping those networks and having those people that we can reach out to.
Very good. There we go.
Sure. Yeah, so not to discredit myself, but I would say without the mentors that I've had at this university, I would probably be, only a fraction of what I am now, what I'm doing now, because the only way you learn is by, getting knowledge from other people, and there's different mediums to do that. But our advisors, like Kennedy said, have been extremely crucial in making that happen. Professor Allening he has so much experience under his belt, not only, hosting a conference such as this, but in his field experience, in his teaching methods. It's not like a professor will start teaching 1 year and 20 years later be teaching the same way or the same things. They're learning with us, and so we're actively getting someone's perspective changing over time. And even without clubs, I think I've used a lot of the knowledge I've gained from clubs to become a better, professional, a better student, and a better mentor myself. But the benefits you get out of it are far beyond what you get out of just going to a class every day. So I've been able to meet new people. I've been able to go to different cities, meet people such as you. And it's nice to go to different conferences, and it doesn't matter where you are, you'll recognize a few faces, and you'll feel comfortable in the field, and you feel like you belong. A lot of these people give amazing testaments to their field work, and for me, surveying is something a lot more new, and I haven't felt like I was a foreigner to the field, to the industry. I felt like I've been extremely welcome, and people have been wanting to pass off, their knowledge to me. So it's very encouraging, and I think without that, someone would struggle greatly to guide themselves, because you do need exterior motivation, in my opinion. You can only take yourself so far.
Good.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to? Victoria?
Yeah, I'd like to add as well that having these mentors, they change your life. They definitely change your life, and just like we've said, there's different events, and just being able to go to different CLSA chapter meetings, and for people to know you or know of you without you having met them, because they've heard your name before or someone spoke highly of you, and they're like, oh, you're Pablo or you're Victoria. That just speaks wonders on how having that network will take you places. And just how small the community is, and how people talk to one another. This is how we get scholarships. This is how we get funding, and this is how we continue to grow. And just like Pablo said, it makes us better mentors for the generations that are coming. Right? Something that I wish Cal Poly did was that they made surveying one of the first surveying class, make it a prerequisite before any classes, because I feel like there's a lot of students who discover surveying too far into their career, and then they're like, oh, shucks, I really like surveying, but I'm already almost done with my current degree. How can I, I just want to graduate. And honestly, I want to graduate too, but I mean, I would rather take another semester or two to do what I love and learn what I love and continue to build that network than just graduate and not have something under my belt.
Very good. All right, the last question. And I think I know how you're going to answer this, because you're all here, you're all committed, you're all very, very energetic. How does the future of surveying look to all of you? Awesome. Okay, awesome. Well, obviously, because it's, the fact that you're putting all this energy into this, you're here pushing together a conference and a lot of other things. You all are an incredible batch of future surveyors, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed, and I am so glad to come here, to have met you, and really to enjoyed your company for the day as well. And let's face it, I love the balance here. We've got 4 guys, 3 women, except I think the women have better tattoos. They've got better. They've got. Yeah, they got better. They've got better. Yeah, they've got better ink than the boys, or as in no ink. No ink for the boys. Yes. They've got good ink. So anyway, thank you again. We'll look forward to see a couple of you in Washington, D.C. for the student competition. We are so thankful for Cal Poly to send a team, and you guys do well. And it's always good to see you all. So. All right, well, that'll wrap us up for this episode of Surveyor Says. Wherever you listen to the podcast, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. You've been listening to Surveyor Says, the NSPS Podcast, brought to you by the National Society of Professional Surveyors. If you have any questions about today's episode or any other topic, please email us at info@nsps.us.com, as we are here to help. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. And remember, it's a great day to be a surveyor.